looks like we are good to go. Just need to make stream announcement. Singapore BC4, Mexico D. I think everything is good to go. Yeah. So this is the second match of this group. Actually, this is the final final match of this group. This group is finishing very early. Singapore has won their first match against Taiwan, and Taiwan won on tiebreaker against Mexico D last night. So Mexico D needs to win this match by a better margin than their then I think they need to win before tiebreaker, since two of these matches have different scores. There shouldn't be like a three-way tie, so they need to win this like 5-0, 5-1, I think maybe 5-2 to potentially get above because of the win-loss differential. So a lot of pressure on the side of Mexico D to try and win this, as Singapore beat Taiwan 5-2. So little more solid of a win from Singapore than Taiwan had against Mexico D. So Mexico D is gonna have to pop off kind of like they had to last night. But considering they took Taiwan B, which I think was a 1 seed, to tiebreaker, is very impressive, and I could totally see them doing that again here in this match. Especially if Singapore doesn't have all of their players. If they're maybe missing some of those perma lobbies like Kiraze. I think Bookworm missed one of their group stage matches, as well as Oki. So will be interesting to see if Singapore does have their whole roster for this match. But yeah, this is the second match I'm streaming of 3 today, as I do need to go to work and won't be able to stream the rest of them. But hopefully we'll see some good matches. It looks like we are in warm-up, question mark? Just waiting for the match, or the map to start. I will also mute for a bit to prep stuff on stream so that I can like pin stuff, and my keyboard is really loud, as I learned while doing all the VOD stuff. So I'm just gonna mute and not have to worry about that. So I'll be right back. We'll update if the match does start though. So yeah. We are heading into, I think, I think this is the second warm-up question mark. So we should be getting into picks and bans after this, I think. I can't just quickly check. Oh, this is warm-up 1. Okay. Not the end of the world. Banger, so I'll allow it. And I know Mexico, I'm assuming this is Singapore's warm-up, as I think I have a let's put that down over here. Oh. Oopsies. Thank you for catching that, Kazakhs. Glad to see you in chat. Okay. DT3 protect from Singapore. I'm trying to type so quietly. Unless I just mute and just smash my keyboard to type. What is going on? Ooh, quick protect. No mod 4 protect. So I will. That's the second no mod 4 protect I've seen. Both this match and my last match. Is that pin for 40 minutes? Surely that should be enough. Oh, why does it? Oh, so it doesn't. I'm just gonna manually. Oh my god, why is it so annoying? Yeah, there we go. There we go. And ban's really quick. Yes! Yes! I'm saved! I'm saved! DT2 ban! My client won't break. And a very quick DT1 pick from Mexico B, or Mexico D as well. So, this map is kind of interesting as it is very similarly mapped to last round's DT1, but the AR is buffed a little bit from 8, I believe, to 8.2. I think the BPM's slightly higher, and this is a little more bursty. Has a lot of quints, or not quints, a lot of triples and like 1 or 2 quints, I think. But the aim is pretty similar, so if Mexico D was comfortable on last round's DT2, this should be comfortable as well for them. This song is so bait. It's so mean. I shouldn't talk with food in my mouth. Oopsies. This song is so memey. But MP Start 10s are going in. So should be seeing our first map of the match. DT1 featuring Locust, Rusty, Haru, and Wicked for Mexico D, and Nightmare Waifu, Momiko, and Kiraze, as well as Tumusong for Singapore. I don't know why this song is, or like the hit sounds are broken on my client. It's on my solo client and my tourney client. So, gonna get some mouse gameplay from these hit sounds, but early breaks from Haru, Rusty Cage, and Nightmare Waifu, as well as Momiko and Tumusong. Okay, very quickly it is just Kiraze on that FC for Singapore, whereas Locust and Wicked are both holding FCs for Mexico D. Oh, okay, so it's a universal thing. Okay. I thought it was just my computer being bad, because I've had some maps recently where the hit sounds just don't work at all, even for like ranked maps, and this is a love map, so I figured it might have just been a me issue, but okay. Yeah, I don't know why it does it. It's so frustrating. But looks like it is just one FC to a reverse choke from Momiko. Okay, I don't know. I thought their combo was further away from FCs than it actually is. But yeah, this is very heavily in Singapore's favor right now, as it is just Locust on that FC for Mexico, and everyone else on Singapore kind of recovered their combos. Break from Nightmare Waifu, but they're still outscoring 3 players on the side of Mexico D, so not too big of a deal that they dropped. Tumusong also dropped, not as big of an issue, as both of those players are outscoring 2 of the players on the side of Mexico. But could see some issues if either Kiraze or Momiko does end up dropping. But not much time left in the map, and it is already a 900k score lead, so unfortunately Locust's FC and Wicked's reverse choke will not quite be enough to end up winning this map. But double FC! FC from both sides, Kiraze and Locust ended up with those FCs. But very solid scores from all of Singapore B. Not quite as strong as Mexico D would have liked for their first pick, but a little bit of nerves could be the reason for it. Getting used to the match. The AR is a little higher on that map than what people might be warmed up for, so could be a bit of that reason, but very quick Nomad 3 pick from Singapore. I'm glad, because this map was not picked a whole lot in Major, and I've seen it twice, maybe 3 times already in Minor League, so super happy. I like 99% of this map. The slow slider right here in the song, there's 2 of them that happen like right after like Ki chorus instrumental kind of parts, and it feels really awkward, but everything else about this map is like 10 out of 10. It's so good. Just those 2 slow sliders that are placed there for no reason prevent this map from being like insanely good. But still a really good map. I don't think it's enough. Oh my goodness, yeah. It's so easy to like slider break or just randomly miss aim on this map. I think that's what I did. My sight read I think was 600k, and I just whiffed on like nothing at like the 2/3 mark. Yeah, I think that's why it hasn't been picked as much as I would have expected, because it is a little bit RNG. Because those solid, like, strong teams might be a little hesitant to pick it, because it is really easy to just drop a 300k on 2, like, fixable misses. So could be a, what's it called? Could be a little risky, but I do think Singapore showed their consistency on that DT1, and if they feel comfortable on their like maximum scores for this map, it does make sense why they would go into it. But another longer Nomad 3, over 4 minutes for this one. I think it's under 4 minutes with drain time, but client does say 4 minutes 7 seconds. So we'll be in for a longer ride for this one than Deja Vu, but pretty similar rosters. I think it is the exact same roster for Mexico D, and just Katine hopping into the lobby for Kiraze on the side of Singapore. But just Rusty Cage with that early break. Everyone else making it through that slow slider. Accuracies are the main difference right now. Okay, as I say that, 2 breaks from Mexico D. But yeah, you can tell just by accuracies that Singapore is more comfortable on this. Their lowest accuracy being 93, nearly 94 from Tumusong, but not quite the accuracy you'd want from Haru and Rusty. But drop from Katine and Momiko. But drop from Wicked as well, and it's very quickly just Locust again on that FC. Trying to match those scores of King of Film and Timusong. And oh, that is not good. I worry that that is not enough. It's been too long to abort the map. So hopefully there will be a local score for that player. Yeah, this mainly that slow slider. I don't like that slow slider. I feel like it just ruins all the momentum of that last Ki. Yeah, it looks like Rusty DC'd, so hopefully we'll get a local score from them, but I don't think we'll be aborting the map. And even with his accuracy before he DC'd, I don't think he'd be able to make back this 400 near 500k score difference, as Timusong is holding strong and Katine does also have that backing combo. But Locust does have the FC still. And Timusong does drop. So it is just Locust on those big combos, making his way through the map, as Katine and Momiko, with their combined combos, don't even match Locust's. So this could slowly go back to the side of Mexico D, but I don't know if accuracy is on their side and scores are enough, as they need some backing combos. And just like that is just Momiko, or just Locust on that FC. Not really any combos on the side of Singapore B, but it's hard to bring that score back with just 3 players. So, will we see this FC from Locust? The 93% FC, I believe. Timusong does also drop, but Singapore is starting to build up their combos a little bit. And yeah, this score lead is not really moving. And I don't think Rusty would have been able to get up to 400k on their score, as they had, I think, 85 AC as they left. So I do think this is going to still go to Singapore, but very nice FC from Locust. Despite the nerves, knowing you are the only FC left. Very impressive to still be able to hold on to that combo and actually increase AC through that ending section. He was sitting about 93 flat and then managed to pull it back up to 93.37 where it was. So very impressive from Locust. I think that's 2 for 2 on FCs. But yeah, not really the backing scores from the rest of the team to match the side of Singapore B. All 4 of Singapore's players looked pretty confident on the map as they were able to rebuild combo. Wait, geez, are you a teacher? I should brush up on my Spanish. It's been a very long time since I've had to study it. I think we are slightly pausing. Okay. Yeah, kind of what I thought. I didn't think he quite had the accuracy to make up for the 300 or 400k score that was gone. So we'll have to see what Mexico's next pick is. Number 5. This song's kind of funny. This is actually a map from Twilight Tournament 3. I played this map against Palmo and lost it. So, I don't know if players... Actually, players probably now... Players this year probably would still know Palmo, as he has staffed in a couple tournaments since 6WC. But Palmo was one of Germany's gimmick tapping speed players. It's very notorious to say that maps need to be 250 plus to be considered speed. So, that is the definition of a speed player there. Yeah, that's true. Especially when it's hard to find the staffers. Like, if it's only on the, like, forum post and it's never updated, it's hard to know who is and isn't staffing. I've been trying my best to update the staff page on the 6WC minor league forum post, but it's just been hard to try and do everything, so I have not been updating it very recently. But yeah, we should be getting into the map pretty soon. I'm a little worried about this pick because Singapore B did protect DT3, and I think this map is the most similar to DT3. But I have to imagine Mexico D knows what their picks are, as they nearly won against Taiwan last night. But early break from Team Usong. Also, Haru? Maybe? Or they just... Okay. Double drop from Haru and Linder. So, it's 3 FCs. Oh, now 2 FCs for Singapore. To those 2 FCs on the side of Mexico D. Kiraze and Oki versus Locust and Wicked right now. But Team Usong does have that highest backing combo, so I think that will keep the score on the side of Singapore despite matching those FCs. But accuracies are all pretty solid. Oh, drop from Kiraze on this rhythmy section. So advantage Mexico D, as they still have their 2 FCs intact. Drop from Haru, but not an FC, so not going to change stuff all that much. That score lead is still sitting on the side of Singapore, which is kind of surprising. Another drop from Haru, that could be the reason for that score lead flying over. But drop from Timu Song. Oh, Kuraze was a Bancho miss. Oh, okay. That's why. Yeah, I don't think there's enough time. Despite that late drop from Oki. Yeah, unfortunately, not enough time to pull that score lead back. Oki did hold just long enough, as well as Nightmare Waifu and Timu Song to get that point. But again, 3F3, that score doesn't look right. What is wrong with Kuraze's score? I know that's an FC because they have the same combo as Wicked and Locus, but have like 100k less score than the other players. Yeah, interesting. But unfortunately, the double FC from Locus and Wicked weren't quite enough to take that point, and it is very quickly a tough position for Mexico D, being down 3-0 on Singapore's second pick. I can... is it getting streamed? Because I don't know if I'm available to stream tomorrow. So someone else would be having to... Someone else would have to stream it. If it is. But, if you could just DM me on Discord to help me try and remember to add you to, like, commentators or whatnot, so that you can get access to the VC chats. Or, actually, you could probably ask... I don't think Soda has those kind of perms. So yeah, just DM me on Discord to help me try and remember. But DT3, this map is also really fun. One of my favorite maps in this pool. It is very stamina heavy, despite it being a little higher BPM than you might expect. Yeah. The best way to explain my availability tomorrow will be dependent on how work goes today. Potentially I'll have to also work tomorrow. But MP start is already in, so very quick start. Does kind of make sense as it's very late for Singapore right now. But doesn't look like the time is affecting them that much, as they are up 3-0 right now. Getting into this fourth map of the match, their Protect, DT3. Yeah, this is a little bit what I was worried about with that Nomad 5 pick. But 2 early breaks from Singapore, and it is just Locus that dropped their combo on the side of Mexico D. So, oh, actually, Linder also dropped theirs. I did not see that. So it's 2 FCs to 2 FCs. Rusty and Wicked versus Nightmare Waifu and Oki. Accuracy is slightly on the side of Singapore, but that King of Film drop is pretty significant as everyone else has started to build up their combos. Drop from Rusty Cat. That's one of the FCs. Not what Mexico needed there. But triple break from Singapore. King of Phil, Momiko, and Nightmare Waifu all drop on that. So it is just Oki keeping that score lead on the side of Singapore. But just like that, double break from Mexico D as well. And I don't think there's really anything else to break on in this map. So Singapore will confirm their second break point and be up 2-0 off of this FC from Oki. That accuracy is insane. 97 on that map is not easy, and to also FC it, man, okay, that is a crazy score. Everyone else has about the same score, Linder being that next highest score in the lobby. But FC versus choke, reverse choke, is that difference maker. That 300, 400k was the score difference. So unfortunately, it is 4-0 right now for Singapore. I do think Mexico can definitely pull it back. They've had some really close points, but they're gonna have to. Oh, okay. Very quick bans. I have to imagine Mexico is going to pick that no mod 4, their protect, to try and get that first point on the board, build up that momentum. Yeah, makes sense. No mod 4. Ball hard. Apparently this is one of the harder maps in the pool. I think differently. I think this map is really easy. It is easy to slider break though, so it does make some sense. But really short map, minute 30. There's not a whole lot of tapping, so it's really just like pretty easy sliders to hit. So little different skill set from last round, where it was a little more consistency / tapping based, with like the consistency aspect of last round's being nearly 4 minutes. This one is the exact opposite. Very little tapping, very short map, higher BPM. So I think Mexico D is comfortable on this. I think this is one of the maps that they won last match yesterday. Yeah, definitely easy to miss on. Especially knowing how short the map is. Just even like a really early drop in the map is gonna cost you like 50k score. So super risky pick, but I do think Mexico will score very highly on this, so it'll be up to Singapore to try and match those scores. I think very similar, actually I think same exact rosters as last map. I don't think anyone has swapped out. So, seeing that MP start, heading into potentially the final map of this match. But we got to hear a banger in typical no mod 4 fashion, getting some bangers into the match. See if Mexico D can start their comeback on their protect. Very short map, so any breaks even here will cost the team a lot. First break from Haru. Doesn't look like anyone on Singapore is going to trade that miss, so score lead already at 100k for Singapore, and even worse for Mexico. 3 breaks, Locust the only FC, whereas it is just Nightmare Waifu on the side of Singapore with that break. Triple FC to just Locust on that FC. So this is not looking good, as we are already halfway, and it doesn't look like the dreaded halfway break is going to affect any of those Singapore players. Another drop from Haru. Maybe the nerves getting the player a little bit, as they've had some very weird breaks. I don't like that slider of Haru either, so very valid to miss on that. But looks like Singapore is going to end this map with a triple FC question mark. But still solid scores from Mexico. If they hadn't had that triple break and that late break from Locust, the score would have been insanely close, as Oki does break in the very end. But Timusong and King of Film with those double FCs. Is that an FC? Is the client just glitched? I feel like that's the exact same score as another FC. I feel like that's not right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there, but yeah, it is unfortunately the end of this match. Singapore did end up winning the match 5-0. Mexico has some very solid scores, but unfortunately not quite enough to match those team scores, those double triple FCs coming out of Singapore B on nearly every map that was played this match. Singapore showing why they are the 4 seed, winning their group, going 2-0, pretty dominant performances in both of their matches, 5-2 versus Taiwan and 5-0 versus Mexico. So this does confirm that Singapore and Taiwan will be moving on to quarterfinals. Singapore in that winner's bracket, Taiwan in that loser's bracket. And unfortunately that is Mexico D's final match of the tournament. I'm super impressed with how they did. It is not easy to have their D team make it through that first stage, especially since they were one of those top 2 seeds in their group. So big congratulations to all of those players on making it through to group stage 2, having really competitive matches against some very strong teams. Not the most ideal times either, at playing at 6 UTC, which for me that's 11 p.m. and 10 a.m. That combination going back to back is not ideal. So still being able to put up the performances they did is very impressive, but unfortunately it was not quite enough to get a win today against Singapore B. But there is one more match today in an hour and 15 minutes. I don't quite remember who's playing, but should be streaming that as well, and then we'll have to head out. So I'll see everyone in